Hey guys, Shawnzy here. With the release of Barrier comes a new skill, Skyward Striker. Is it useful? Which attacks are affected by it? Does it affect element damage or raw damage? Or just raw damage? Let's talk about it. According to the game, Skyward Striker increases the damage of area attacks by 10% at level 1 and it increases by 5% per level to a maximum of 30% at level 5. According to old myths and legends, if you see attack power in the description, it means raw damage only. On the other hand, if you see damage, it means both element and raw damage. We'll test that out to see if this myth holds true to this day. After some testing, let's start off with the moves that are not affected by Skyward Striker. For Longsword, both Helmbreaker and Spirit Helmbreaker are not affected by Skyward Striker. As we can see in the clips shown, the damage dealt is the same. The Hunter obviously jumps into the air and attacks the monster. Why does this move not benefit from Skyward Striker?
What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
I am puzzled as well. Lance has this move where you can immediately swipe after guarding an attack that does no knockback and tap to perform a little leap attack. This move does not benefit from Skyward Striker too. The following attacks are considered area attacks and benefit from Skyward Striker. The Sword and Shield Falling Shield Bash attack. Without Skyward Striker, the Hunter deals 110 and 62 damage. We can see that with Skyward Striker, the Hunter deals 121 and 69 damage.
Nice.
That is exactly 10% increase for the first hit and 11% damage increase for the second hit. I'm not smart enough to find out why there's an extra 1% damage, but hey, if the fruit drops from the fruit tree, just eat it. Don't question the universe on the concept of gravity. Okay, I want to start off by saying that this is such a typical Shawnzy video where I do something dumb unintentionally. Of all the weapons I could use to test this, I used the only weapon with minus 30% affinity. Some numbers may be lower due to negative affinity, so when I share the following damage, I would have converted it back to the full damage instead of 75% damage from negative affinity. The Dual Blade Special Attack. Without Skyward Striker, the Hunter deals 783 damage for the first 2 hits, followed by a few hits of 105 damage on the head and 66 on the body. This ends off with 2 hits of 956 and 871 damage. With Skyward Striker, the first 2 hits does 861 damage, followed by a few hits of 115 on the head, 73 on the body, and ends off with 2 hits of 1051 and 958 damage. Based on the calculations, the difference were about 10%, which is just about the bonus I got from Skyward Striker level 1. Since you float around in the air and attack during perfect evade, it is not wrong to think that this is affected by Skyward Striker. Let's take a look. Without Skyward Striker, we deal 64 damage on the body, followed by 2 hits of 144. With Skyward Striker, we deal 71 on the body, followed by 2 hits of about 119. However, the 119 damage is reduced damage because of negative affinity. What are the odds that both hits are affected by negative affinity? Converted back to full damage, it should have been about 159 damage. This is a move where you intentionally leap into the air before striking the enemy. There's no way Niantic could say this is not affected by Skyward Striker. Let's take a look at the numbers. Without Skyward Striker, we deal 570 damage. With Skyward Striker, we deal 627. That is exactly 10% difference. What about the same move but special attack instead? Without Skyward Striker, we deal 1845 when we perform the late attack move. With Skyward Striker, we deal 2029 damage. It is about 10% difference. Those are the attack moves that are affected by Skyward Striker's skill. To test whether this skill affects only raw or all damage, I swap out to a freshly made water lens and use the special attack on Kuroyaku. Without Skyward Striker, we deal 742 damage. With Skyward Striker, we deal 816. That is also about 10% difference. Kuro's weakness is water, and this skill buffs up the damage by about 10%. It is the same when I used an ice lens earlier on. We can conclude that the skill affects all damage and not just raw damage like heroics or burst. To summarize it all, these are the moves not affected by Skyward Striker. And these are the moves affected by Skyward Striker. I find that this is a very niche skill, and the only time you'll benefit from it is when you use the moves that are affected by the skill. You probably wouldn't spam that back hop move on Sword and Shield, so other skills may be more useful for Sword and Shield. Similarly for Lens, unless you spam the dash attack move, I really think there are better skills for you to use. For Dual Blade, it could work if you use it with Evasive Concentration, and Special Boost, but you will have to be aggressive and really know when to stop attacking to perform a perfect evade. Personally, I wouldn't use this skill since there are other skills that could increase the damage for all my attacks, such as burst or elemental attacks. What do you think of this skill? Let me know if you managed to squeeze this skill into your build and whether you find it useful. I hope this video helps you decide whether or not to whiff this skill into your build. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.